Darby.
Yes.
You are more than a little surprised, likely because of the rarefied air you hold Nana Mathers in, that she couldn't be a help in identifying or figuring out anything about the Willelende Geleerden, a.k.a. the Benevolent Scholars, the secret society of at least the 17th century, maybe up to the 21st century. And so you're kind of at a bit of a dead end. You think that the way to figure out where this Rembrandt painting is to go to the Benevolent Scholars and see what they know. Mm-hmm. But the trick is you don't know who they are, where they are, and you can't get in touch with them. And your first swing, which was Nana Mathers, proved unhelpful. So no matter what you do next, you realized, I think it's safe to say, that you needed reinforcements. And so you brought in Zlobs, Mindy, and Morgan, brought them up to speed. And now you are all sitting around somewhere. Where would you be sitting around, by the way?
In the treehouse. The
treehouse at Mindy's place. You're loaded up with snacks. You've got maps. You've got books. You've got an internet connection. And the four of you are trying to figure out where to go from here.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
But it might mean bringing somebody else in.
Into this treehouse? I mean, there's room up here. We can probably stuff them in.
Well, the thing, they think they'd fit. The thing is that I was thinking, it's a secret society. Mm-hmm. We don't know anybody in it. Mm-hmm. We don't know anything about where it would be or anything like that. But the one thing we know is secret society, and we know people in other secret societies. And maybe secret societies know each other. So what if we made a call?
Darby.
What if we made a call? Not Mary Martha.
Oh, what if we asked the governor and then sign a contract with the governor to tell us?
Zlobs, no more governor.
No, I don't want to make any more deals. I think we call Kit.
Kit
knows things about the occult and the arcane. I don't know their whole deal, but she's got connections. She gets those phone calls, you know?
Yeah. I have her phone number if you want it.
It's not a bad place to start.
All right, you're calling Kit Schmidt. Let me open up some relevant information.
Well, while you do that, chat, something embarrassing happened between me with Zlobs and Kit Schmidt. What was that?
Giving the chat a lot of power there.
Yeah, that's a great big blank piece of paper.
It'll come up soon. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Do we know anybody else in a secret society?
Well, depends on what you consider a secret society. It's not what I was hoping you were going to say.
What were you hoping?
Oh, I was hoping you would say that we have to go to the library.
I mean, we could do that too.
Fine, I'll just stay home then.
Oh no, Zlobs.
It's fine.
Zlobs, not just any
ban.
library.
Oh, what?
Not just any library. If we want information about this, we would have to go straight to the top. The Boston Public Library.
The BPL.
That's true.
That's right.
They have the
big
good stuff.
BPL.
In the meantime, though, Kit Schmidt does answer. On
good.
Whose phone did you call?
Morgan's.
Okay. Kit Schmidt answers.
Hey, Kit.
Hey,
It's actually Darby.
Hey, Darby.
I'm just calling from Morgan's phone to give an extra layer of security.
Understood.
It'll be harder to trace. I don't really know from who.
There's a seagull in the background of Kit's side of the phone.
Oh, where are you? Did you get a bird?
Quick cut over to Kit Schmidt on a beach surrounded by palm trees, but wearing a leather jacket and drinking like an enormous drink out of a pineapple. I'm on a work trip.
Okay, well that might be good news for me. Because when you say work trip, I feel like that normally means some secret business. With society.
Technically it's a family vacation, but I do need to gather some ingredients while I'm here.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that you might also be able to help me gather some information.
What do you need?
I am trying to find information about a secret society that has been around for hundreds of years called the Benevolent Scholars, and I am at a dead end. I can't find any information, at least not through who I thought I could. And I was wondering if maybe you might know anything, or maybe one of the people that you work with might have a connection.
2d6 plus charm.
Great roll for me. Yeah, 3.
Darby,
Yeah.
I'm going to say this as both a friend, a teammate, and someone that respects you and the fabric of the world.
Oh, nice.
Do not mess with them.
Oh.
Don't mess with them, or don't even, like, what if I'm nice to them, Kit?
Don't do that either.
Just don't get in. Kit, I need to.
I wish I could help, but I can't. And then you hear a, "Hey kid, volleyball o'clock." I gotta go. Business.
Okay.
What's up?
She said don't mess with them.
Darby, are you sure we should be?
Well, no, but Mindy, I have to do something. I don't know what else to do. This is the one lead that I have.
Okay.
We have the painting, but we don't have the actual painting. I need the actual painting, or I don't. There's something in that painting, and I don't know who else to find who might be able to figure out how to find this bridge to.
Darby, whatever it is, we have your back.
Mhm.
We're sunflowers. And if this is important to you and you need it, I'm not scared of some old little society.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against us.
Yeah.
Come on, a war angel, a human experiment, a chaos engine, and the president? I mean,
Hold on. One was
Who
not
could
as good as the other.
what do you mean?
Chaos Engine?
That you've described yourself that way. I think it's apt.
No, someone else did it. I think it was you? Who?
Oh, was
Someone
it?
did. Yes.
And it was a compliment.
Yeah, it's been sticking around and I do not care for it.
And I meant it as a compliment.
No one fears anyone more than a chaos engine, Zlobs.
Yeah, it's what you are. It's unpredictable. It's unpredictable.
One thing's for certain, it's unpredictable.
I don't know what you're talking about. He just like stands up and like his hands go through the roof. Oh no.
Oh, Zlobs.
Punch.
We're getting a little tall for the treehouse. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I mean, I guess now we get to expand it.
Yeah.
The roof's pretty much broken.
Yeah, there are a lot of like Zlobs fist-sized holes in there.
I'm sorry. I'm gangly. I'm getting growth spurts.
So
Darb, Darby, you decide where we go from here. But tell me one thing. What did Nana say exactly when you asked her?
She said that she didn't know anything about it. And I don't believe a single word that came out of her mouth.
You really
Mindy, you know the look in her eye when she's trying to protect you?
Mm-hmm.
When you're not ready for something yet? That was the look that she had. I don't like the idea that Nana would lie to me.
Look. If you really think that Nana was lying, which is never something she does except for under the most crucial circumstances, if you still want to get to the bottom of it, we could look into Nana's past.
Through her mind?
No, not read her
I was
mind.
like,
That's the one.
No. I would never read Nana's mind. But I have her memories. Some of them.
Where?
In you?
Some are in me, but I don't have any mention of the Benevolent Scholars in there. But I also have her book of memories from the war. And I know that there's more stuff too in her workshop. But Darby, if she lied to you, there was a really, really good reason. So if we're going to go digging around and stuff Nana didn't want us looking at, I think it's really important that you think it's really important.
It is really important.
Are we still going to the Boston Public Library?
Why don't we start at the library, and if we don't make any good headway there, then
A last resort.
Last resort.
Yeah, and we can see if we can unban Zlobs. Again,
I don't. Okay.
Well, the
Wait, what did
Boston
you do
Public
this time?
Library is no cakewalk either.
I mean, it's that's why Kit Schmidt's mad at me.
why?
You know how they serve high tea at the Boston Public Library?
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, look at all these small pastries and sandwiches. And I ate them all. And I realized my mistake. And I went to the kitchen and tried to make my own. It didn't turn out well.
At the Boston Public Library?
Yeah,
At the
and-
tea house?
At the tea house. And then they just turned into a cascade of failures. And that's how the West Wing got burnt down. That was me.
Slobs.
What? And Kit was there?
Kit was there with like her family.
And you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you there with Kit's family, or were you were there by yourself and Kit was there with her family also separately?
That one, yeah.
Oh, separately. So you don't do, it's not like with Mr. Mathers where you have like you always go to tea. You always get hot dog with Mr. Mathers. You always get tea with Kit.
Zlobs jumps out the door.
What?
Yeah, Zlobs takes the express elevator down, which is just simply him leaping 15 feet out of the treehouse.
I don't understand his reaction. Was he there with Kit?
Tough to say.
He's hard to read.
So, Mindy, regarding Nana's book of Leviathan secrets, it has been some time since you've opened it.
Yep, it's a big deal every time I do it.
It is indeed. Like, it's not a perfect analogy, but do you know, like, the feeling you get when you think you're about to, like, throw up Like, not to be super great, but it's just like, oh, my body's telling me it's about to happen. Like, it's that same kind of feeling when you know you're about to open the book.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, you're not there yet. Like, you didn't open the book, but you're starting to think it's like, do I need to open the book? And then, like, sweat starts kind of pooling, you know? So.
Do you know the last scene in the first Indiana Jones when they look in the Ark? That's never happened to me. Like the skin melting off and the bones exploding. But I always think there's a chance.
Yeah, there's like,
you know what I mean?
Better than a coin flip chance, like a 1 in 10 chance
It
that might
always
happen.
feels like it could happen every time I'm about to do it.
Yes.
So if I can avoid it.
Yeah, so the thing that probably makes the most sense, given that at present the Leviathan book is the Leviathan book is off limits, is the BPL. So you all head over there. The question, of course, is can you get Zlobs in? So how are you going to try to do that, as Zlobs is actively banned from the BPL?
A disguise.
A disguise. Perfect. All right. I am going to call this a sharp check. So 2d6 plus sharp.
I would like to disguise as a specific person hopes to get an advantage on this roll.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Zlobs' canonical cousin Stanley Handsome Pants.
I'll give you +1 on it.
12. No, I'm sorry.
Perfect.
13.
13.
Actually, no, wait,
Okay.
14.
Good heavens. Just get increasing by the second.
On sharp?
Sure.
Yeah, Zlobs is a plus. Oh, what is? No, he's a +2 sharp. No,
Wow.
+1 sharp. No,
+1, and
You're
I
right.
gave you +1. So if you rolled...
it's a 13.
13. Okay. A scant 13.
Wow.
You are, for all intents and purposes, Stanley Handsome Pants. To the point where you have a Stanley Handsome Pants library card. Why he has one for the BPL, you don't know, but it seems like a very Stanley Handsome Pants thing to have. So, right down to his library card, you look the part. You all meet outside the magnificent BPL. And, you know, Darby, Morgan, Mindy, you all look and it's like, oh, we don't know where Zlobs is. I didn't know his cousin was in town. Yeah. Gee, it's been a couple of years. They're really starting to look alike. Until, of course, Zlobs does something sufficiently Zlobs-ish for you to realize it is, in fact, him.
Zlobs is complete with his like long center parted hair. I mean, Stanley with center part hair, and like there's like little like wispy mustache. Like
just the hint.
Everyone tells Stanley to cut that mustache off, and he does not listen, and it looks terrible.
It's been zoned for mustache, but no one's moved in yet.
Zlobs, you really look like him.
I'm sorry, who?
Stop.
Stop.
Yeah,
God.
I'm cousins with him.
So weird, Zlobs.
This is bordering
It's too
on
good an
mockery.
impression.
Yeah, it feels like you're making fun of him.
So is this satire? Is this parody? Like,
he's wearing an anime shirt. Chat, what anime does Stanley really love?
God. Going crazy with the chat tonight. This could go so poorly.
Oh my god, if that happened.
No.
for a completely different reason, Stanley is disguised as Zlobs.
He wants the thrill of getting kicked out.
Two police, yeah, that's what it is.
Two, please. Yep, perfect.
Thank you.
So
take two,
yeah,
please.
Stanley with like the Two Police anime T-shirt and wispy, zoned for mustache above his mouth, and it's got the affect down. And sure enough, you're able to walk into the Boston Public Library with no fuss at all. You'll tap your library cards.
Wow.
It's me, Stanley.
It's a good thing they didn't decide to take your blood, Zlobs.
Narc.
I didn't say
Narc.
anything. I didn't say
Narc,
anything until you were through the turnstile.
You said the name out loud right at the entrance way.
I didn't say it until we were through the turnstile.
The alarms are going off.
No, they're not. The alarms are going off. He's being
I
dramatic.
run away.
Mindy, do a trick. Do one of your tricks.
I tackle Zlobs.
Not that way.
I'm saying my name.
Yeah, with someone saying Zlobs, immediately klaxons start going off. Security are running out and starting to look. They all have, so they, like all the security are wearing lanyards that say security. And on the back, literally a picture that they all have is of Zlobs.
I tried to tell him they're really strict with security.
I was
here.
fine. I was fine until you said my name. He's running around, like security chasing him. Like if you ever seen Scooby, like between doors, like going in and out of doors.
Okay. I'll do a mind trick like Darby suggested.
Sure.
I was about to try one myself, and that would not go well.
No. So, all right. I'm guessing you want to.
What do I want to do?
Let's see.
I'm looking at my sheet
It went
now.
so well. I rolled so high.
Okay. This is tough.
Yeah, really tough.
Ooh,
I also have an idea.
yeah.
I guess I will. Who has an idea?
I think Morgan's got an idea. Darby's got an
Morgan,
idea.
what's your
Morgan
idea?
can go though.
I'm just gonna yell Zap Flanagan because I also know that he's banned for similar reasons.
Give me a 2d6 plus charm.
Oh, okay. That is 11.
All right. So all but one of the guards, takes off into like a kind of a broadening concentric circle, looking for Zap Flanagan. The only guard you now have to deal with, who is chasing Zlobs, is a security guard who, I'll put it to you this way, is still missing an eyebrow from the fire that Zlobs caused.
Oh no, it was
Okay.
an accident.
It's
I was
okay.
trying to put things back together.
One security guard we can handle. I will give the one security guard a new personality.
That makes all the sense in the world.
Yes, it does.
All right. Say one word that will be incorporated into their personality.
Forgiving.
And roll 2d6 plus weird.
Really, really forgiving. 9?
Okay.
So just a little bitty consequence.
I'll give you the choice.
Oh, I get the choice.
They will know. The security guard, who I think at this point gets a name, they will know that you did something to them. The effect is incredibly temporary. Or you also get a personality trait.
One personality trait, please. What'll it be, GM?
So if this security guard who let's call the security guard BPL guard Mr. Leeming. Mr. Leeming.
Nice.
Mr. Leeming is now excessively forgiving until he gets a good night's sleep. You, conversely, are unbelievably judgmental and full of grudges.
Okie dokie.
I'm just so sorry.
You know what? It's okay. I get it. I could tell that you like that young lady. I was just wishing the best for the both of you.
Thank you so much. I probably won't learn my lesson, but I'll try.
Well, you know what? I've learned my lesson.
Mathers, what did you do? What did you do to that poor guard?
I helped. You're welcome.
Oh, God. You're... that's creepy, Mathers. It's touching someone's personality.
So, Mr. Leeming and his one remaining eyebrow, wiping away the sniffles, walks out to continue his rounds. And yeah, you now have free reign of the Boston Public Library. I will give you a bit of context on the BPL. It is absolutely enormous, and the Blittle League version of the BPL is almost identical to the Meat World version of the BPL. It's big, it's imposing, it's beautiful. It's not overtly magical in any way. There don't appear to be any various strange secret doors or anything. Best you could tell, best anybody knows really, it's just like a big, beautiful library built, 150 or so years ago on donations to the city. It's got a massive collection of books. It's got art exhibits. It's got a couple of restaurants in it. The one thing... What's that?
A tea room?
Absolutely a tea room. The one thing I will say, the kind of the most notable difference between this BPL and a BPL that we may have visited in the real world is its current art exhibit is conveniently enough on the history of the Boston Flowers.
Oh.
So it's specifically ephemera related to the Boston Flowers. So ticket stubs, the evolution of ticket stubs, old photographs, lineup cards, all kinds of really cool, the paper trail the Boston Flowers has left. And so there are all these beautiful pictures up of the Boston Flowers. Morgan, give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
That is an 11, 12.
You, over the course of the length of time you all spend here doing whatever it is you're about to do, you do look at some of the Boston Flowers exhibit, which is in a beautiful wing up a flight of stairs. And, the pictures are very old, ranging up to modern day. And sure enough, you see this big blown up framed picture of the current roster of the Flowers, and off to the side, the coaches, the owners. And if you weren't looking very closely and knowing what you know, you would have totally missed this. Ryan is in that picture wearing a fake mustache and sunglasses.
I wonder if that was during his clown. No, he must have. He must have put on the disguise so I wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a goofball.
Yeah.
You doing okay there, Morgan?
Huh? Oh yeah, I'm doing fine. Yeah, I haven't told them yet.
Yeah. So yeah, Darby, to you, it just looks like Morgan's pondering the Flowers and debating whether or not to look at ticket stubs. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I remember our finals there. It was so cool.
Does Morgan know that I know?
I don't know. No.
Excellent.
So you're all in the library. You are not being actively sought by security. What do you want to do to try to research the Welwelende Galeerden?
I think to the archives. See if I can find some 17th century primary sources.
Sounds good. All right, this is going to be an investigate a mystery roll. Darby,
Okay.
2d6 plus sharp. Unless someone else wants to help, at which time we will roll that too.
I won't help. I want to say, in my best Stanley Hands Up Hands impression, to the archives.
Thanks. Stan Zlobs. Zlobs.
Oh my! No, she's done it again!
I thought we were fine.
Jackbooted troopers run by.
It's okay. I've apprehended him. And I grab Zlobs and pretend that I'm marching him away.
Yeah, you've got him by his collar. You end up like walking down a hallway, and eventually
Don't resist me.
So yeah, Zlobs, that excitement has invigorated the group. Why don't you give me a 2d6 plus cool to help someone?
Oh, I was just making a bit, but I'll do it. Oh no! A 6! I never fail these. Oh no!
Okay.
Is it because you're disguised?
Yeah, Stanley's not cool.
Yeah, it's like just like wearing like the t-shirt, which is simultaneously like too small and too long.
Yeah, he's already sweat through it.
Yeah, oh, it's gross. Yeah, you don't like it.
Does this fake mustache feels off?
It does on the ground.
No.
Sweat. It's a caterpillar. This on the ground.
So sure enough, as fun as this diversion was, unfortunately, it did not in any way help you. So Darby, give me a 2d6 plus sharp. This is an investigate a mystery roll.
Okay. That's a 9.
All right, partial success.
+1 would have helped.
Plus one really would have.
got me there.
I guess maybe I should have helped with a library-related role.
That could be.
My mind is occupied.
So you can answer, or you can ask one question from the investigate a mystery list.
Okay. Which one of these might help? What is being concealed?
Okay.
There's always something.
There is always something. I'll put it to you this way. Things that you can research, I'll give you just kind of the base of what the library tells you about the Benevolent Scholars. They are a secret society, but they were a known secret. Like, the fact is, like, Gillian O'Donoghue knew about them. She didn't invent them whole cloth. So it's one of those things like one of the many old secret societies that have existed in Europe and in Asia and in Africa prior to the founding of the United States. There are books and stories about them. You see an entire book about the Benevolent Scholars. And you realize a lot of it is speculative. But there's like kind of like, widely accepted rosters of in there. And there was, a number of like the Dutch masters, like the great Dutch painters, various scholars, writers, playwrights, some members of government at some of the various governments throughout Europe. But it's very much a history book. And then you're able to kind of cross-reference it. You look up like the index and the footnotes, and you're able to cross-reference it and start kind of getting more and more information. And so you kind of learn what any normal person could learn, which is they were a secret society. They existed for several decades. They had a lot of really smart people in them, and they studied both the occult and the divine. Now, on your roll, you are able to figure out something else, too, which is what is being concealed. And it has nothing to do with the book and everything to do with who checked it out and when.
Oh.
Because as you're looking at this particular book, which is very old, and you're leafing through the index and stuff like that, you see one of the really, really old library cards.
I love those.
Dated near the end of the war is a C. Mathers. And then you start thinking, there might be other books that Clarissa Mathers may have checked out that you need to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be another C. Mathers out there.
I pull out
like a Christopher
the
Mathers.
card and show it to Mindy.
Well, that doesn't exactly steer us away from her war secrets.
Nope.
We can... Mindy, do you think you're skilled enough to get into the library record so we could maybe see Nana's history? What she's checked out?
Yeah, I can give it a shot. I just have one question.
Yes.
Zlobs,
Zlobs is still being chased around. Stop saying my name.
Stanley,
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Stanley pops his head out from like a giant bin of unsorted books.
Look, I said.
do you like Kit Schmidt?
Do I like her? She's fine. She's kind of cool.
Why did the security guards say that?
Say what?
Say that you were trying to impress her or something.
That is true. The security guard did say that, Zlobs. I mean,
No. Oh no!
Stanley,
You all start
away.
Yeah, the cart of books topples over. Zlobs, you dive into a bathroom.
tell us the truth. Are you trying?
He pokes his head out. He's on his back under his stall, going.
Stanley,
Yes?
are you trying to join the order?
Order of the Mound? It was like a thing. You know how like organizations want to know about other organizations? What? You're not following. Okay. You know how I was in the tactical office of the League Office of Tactical Inventions of Bacon Home Pizza Kit Sales?
Of course.
They want to know what Kit was up to, so I had to do some infiltration stuff.
Wow. You infiltrated without us?
Yeah, you're not part of the organization.
Be that as it may. I'm going to be thinking about this for a long time.
Wait,
He infiltrated without you.
You infiltrated without me. I'm going to really hold on to that.
but what? Wait,
Matters.
you've done stuff without me. You go into libraries all the time.
Here's a list of things I don't like. Kit, the Order of
Why?
the Mound,
Why?
and you infiltrating without me. I don't know. All of them give me a bad feeling. And it's one
Why?
I'm not going to be able to let go of.
What? Okay. What feeling?
Bad. Negative.
Negative. Okay. What flavor of negative?
Copper.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
that is...
Well, I'm sorry, and I'll be more considerate next time. And I promise to be a better friend. And next time I infiltrate, I'll bring you along because I know how much you love secrets.
I do like little secrets. I'll consider forgiving you. Can I find my way to a library computer?
You can, yes. So yeah, you are kind of plumbing the depths of the archives. Give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
Plumbing the archives. 12.
Okay. You all watch Mindy like tear through computer records as if this was like a crime procedural, and there's like a hacker like doing hacker stuff and saying like I'm in. It's that, but real life.
I broke into the Empire administration system. I think I can break into the Vostok Public Library archives.
You have a Yeah. I mean, at a 12, yeah, you blow this thing wide open. You are able to look at scans of all of Nana Mathers's book checkouts during the war.
Whoa.
And it was, pretty regular. Nana Mathers did a lot of research here during the war. And then close to the end of the war, best you can tell, she spent like 3 full days at the library. And checked out like 24 books that she then just like read and spent time on and returned them and brought more. The very last book she checked out was technically never checked back in. And that's kind of strange because you look at Nana Mathers's library account, and it's not like she has a near century of overdue library fees, which means she never checked the book back in, but the book has apparently never left the library. And you find that book. It's got a particularly long name and a bunch of lists of authors. It is a very, very early book about a concept called quantum positioning. So it's like kind of real theoretical physics-y kind of stuff.
Okay. Is it stuff that I've gone over with Nana at all?
You know more about it than the average like freshman in high school for sure. It's the idea that through science instead of magic, you would be able to, kind of take 2 things at the same time and have them talk to each other. Like there are spells and rituals you could cast to essentially create like a secure magical telephone between like you and someone in Beijing or something. But doing it with technology is much, much harder. That is to say, magic is really easy for people that are good at magic and impossible for anyone that's not. This technology, like the idea of trying to replace magic with technology, is much more of like a thing in this world because generally folks that have a lot of magic power end up losing it by the time they're like 14 or 15. So usually the only people that keep it are those that play Blaseball into adulthood. Everyone else kind of loses it. So there's always that kind of feeling of like, how do we recapture the literal magic of youth? So that's kind of a concept in this world. That's kind of a meta concept in this world, but you know a lot about it. You know about kind of the war between science and magic that's kind of fought academically. You know generally what this book would be about, which is specifically anchoring 2 locations or 2 points in time together somehow. And you also know where it is in the library.
All right, Darby.
Yeah? What'd you find?
Got it. It's a book. Come on.
Okay.
Did you like that hacking, Marissa?
Well, I mean, is it hacking if you didn't say, I'm in?
Okay, sorry. Hold on 1 second.
Yep. Rewind.
I'm in.
You're in.
It's a book.
It's a book.
It's somewhere in this library.
You're the best kind of nerd, Mathers.
It's
Very
nothing.
impressive. Very cool.
You all head to the
Hold on, I just want to point out there's a bunch of gobbledygook in the private chat now.
well, that's the hacking.
That is the
I'm
hacking.
sorry. Yeah,
That was my hacking.
Kayleigh gave us all Mindy's secrets
yeah. I'll
for
post
how to
it.
hack.
You
I
type
just
that
posted it.
series
Oh.
of letters and numbers into any website, and boom, you're in.
You're in.
That's all I'm
So
gonna say.
you're kind of maneuvering your way through the science wing of the BPL, which is enormous and fairly quiet. And you're looking for like the specific like kind of Dewey Decimal Code of like 530 subsection 12.
Oh, that was the hint.
And there's like, okay, so you have 529, 530, 530, 10, 530, 11, 530, 13. There is no 530. Like, there's a bunch of books where, like, 530.12 is mostly, like, kind of theoretical physics. And there are a lot of books on theoretical physics that are essentially kind of misfiled a little too high or a little too low. 530.12, you all look around and you find there is a very small little note. A very small little note, like on one of the shelves, that said 530.12 C Administrator.
Oh.
Oh, does it stand for Clarissa Administrator or Christopher Administrator?
Tough to say. You also don't know what that like. Is that the circulation desk or something like that?
That's where I would start.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
guess
do.
so.
No one there knows what you're talking about. We don't even need to roll for it.
Do you recognize the handwriting?
No, the administrator you show it to, or the librarian you show it to, does not. You show it to Mr. Leeming. He doesn't know either.
It's okay. It's okay that you don't know.
I feel like that's twice today I've let you down. Morgan, this thing is swimming in magic. This little note.
I detect it.
Yeah. Mission accomplished. Yeah, 2d6 plus sharp to investigate a mystery.
That is a 5.
Oh,
no.
At least we'll get information.
Really bad information.
Ooh.
It's like dead end after dead end around here.
Okay. You do get the free one.
Yep.
The free investigate a mystery question. I'll give that to you before sharing the bad news.
Do I detect my... No, I'm kidding. What is being concealed?
No. So for you always get the free bonus question of what magic was done here.
What magic was done here?
This is a summoning spell. The bad news is you're going to have to sacrifice something for it to work. Some kind of knowledge. So if there's something you have that represents knowledge, you need to sacrifice it.
A physical
Mindy, you have
object
a lot.
that represents knowledge?
You have a lot of knowledge, Mindy.
Let's sacrifice Stanley.
What?
Mathers.
What? He suggested
he's-
sacrificing my knowledge. What's more valuable?
I do not want to have to rescue Stanley again.
Yeah. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that was a whole to do.
All right.
I would let you sacrifice the Stanley costume, the accoutrements, his library card, all of those things for this.
Oh, that's going to make our lives a nightmare while we're at the library.
All right, I go down to my underwear.
No.
What?
Don't be in your underwear at the library.
Zlobs!
I take out my Stanley contacts. I take off.
No, Zlobs.
I take off my Stanley wig.
Okay, well, I'll sacrifice some knowledge.
It needs to be something physical. So what physical manifestation of knowledge do you have that you can sacrifice?
Oh,
A book.
let me... A physical
Maybe I could.
Oh, I have something, but
I could give. I
wanna give
could
it
sacrifice my flute because it gets me knowledge.
Yep, I would allow that.
that's a really good one too. What about I have a business card with a $sign on the front and a phone number on the back.
Yeah, I mean that would you would sacrifice. Okay, I would allow that too. You all can find a way to get in touch with the dollar now, but technically this is a valuable piece of information that you are sacrificing. So I will let that happen. There will be some consequences, but I will let that happen.
Okay.
Better than my list of names for sure.
All right.
What if I take out my fake eye and then sacrifice that?
No.
Oh my god.
Someone pick something.
I actually would let him do that. It's kind of
You want to yank out? You want to
Business
yank
card.
out your eye?
No.
Business
Okay,
card.
we'll do the business card. I'll give
Business
up
card.
the business
Okay.
card.
So let me tell you kind of what that does. So all of you kind of go somewhere quiet because Morgan realizes you're going to have to do like a ritual.
We're already at the quantum physics section, so
Yeah, which is already fairly quiet. You find like a little work lab up there. And you're holding up this little sign, 530.12, C administrator. You hold up this business card and you put it on the table and the notes and all of this stuff. And you kind of start the rituals, all kind of like chanting, kind of generic chanting, because you don't know how exactly to trigger this thing. But it's mostly just kind of getting your brains to the right place. And you realize when you place down the card for it to be sacrificed, Mindy and Morgan, you're both aware of this as psychically and magically attuned people. The knowledge on that card is stripped away and sent somewhere. That is to say, now someone or something knows how to get in touch with the dollar. That did not previously.
Oh.
The card then kind of crinkles and desiccates like it aged 1,000 years in a moment. And then...
Can I sort of figure out where it went? Can I trace it?
Sure. 2d6 plus weird. I'm going to give you a -1 since you are mid-ritual.
That is a 8.
You don't think it entered a living person's mind. You think that that knowledge is now housed in some kind of artifact or repository. Like this thing, like it like tossing a coin into a fountain. Like you didn't hand the coin to a person, you tossed it to a fountain. Someone's eventually going to take the coins out of the fountain, though.
Like an archive?
Like an archive, maybe.
I think it went to an archive of some sort.
Does the Boston Public Library have an archivist on staff?
Yes. We'll get to that in a second, though, because the ritual completes. Like, you're mid-ritual, it's happening, and at the very end, as the ritual completes, you realize that the words on that little note are glowing, and so you say them out loud. See administrator. And suddenly you can see a weird spectral figure standing in front of you.
Perfect.
It's bluish, you can see through it, and it hands you a book.
Easy enough.
Okay.
Good work, Morgan.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Is the
No.
book like a physically? It is like tangible. Okay.
Yeah, you look at the back. Number of names on it. You see C. Mathers check out, but not check back in. Shockingly, no one has ever checked this book back in. There are a few names after Clarissa Mathers.
Are our names on it?
No. Do you want them to be?
No.
Okay, you are holding a book. This apparition kind of vanishes. And yeah, sure enough, you are holding a book about physics.
Oh, but you look at that. Not so hard after all, Darby, huh? Mystery
Yeah.
solved.
Well, mystery kind of more started, I'd say. Because now we got to figure out what this means.
Okay, so you don't even care what me and Morgan did.
No, I know that was amazing.
It's okay. It's fine.
So
it's just
impressed.
Gonna take
Thank
me
you
a little
so
while.
much, Mindy.
It's just gonna take me a
Mindy,
little while to get over it.
Mindy, what is
Darby?
going on with you? I am sorry that I didn't make a big deal about it. That's on me, and I apologize. But also, you seem to be reacting in a real weird way.
I'm not reacting in a weird way. I'm literally just harboring resentments towards all three of you now.
Your resentment is just
me?
going to poison yourself, okay?
Yeah,
What
Morgan-
did Morgan do?
Morgan looked at me weird earlier.
Oh my god, it's because you're weird.
Well, that just bought you another 2 days. I hope you're happy.
Why do you have a new list that says bad? And it's our names and a bunch of tallies.
It's my bad list. I forgot
Am
to
I
add
winning?
Kit Schmidt
Am I
to it
winning?
too.
Oh, no, I'm not winning yet.
No, you only have one, Darby.
Ha ha ha.
Fake
many do I
Stanley has about 4.
Ha, take that, Stanley.
I'm going to add Burke Whimsy to this list.
Why?
He rubs me the wrong way.
Who is that?
I think it's an NPC.
That it is.
Yeah, Darby's nodding. Yeah.
I'm
An
gonna
NPC and he rubs
I
me the
am
wrong
with you
way.
on that one, Mindy.
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Just
get
pull the character from episode 29.
down on Mindy's eye level a little bit, which is just bending down slightly. And I'm gonna look at you in the eyes, Mathers, and say, Mathers, are you hungry? Do you want a piece of string cheese? Maybe you should eat a piece of string cheese.
A string cheese might help.
Okay. I mean, I
got
don't
a
have
string cheese. Oh, you don't have a
thought-
string cheese. Oh no.
I thought you would have one. I'm just saying you should take one out and have a piece of string cheese.
I mean,
Stanley, do you have any?
I have some, but you don't want it.
Why? Why don't I want it?
Ugh, I reach over to my sneaker.
Oh,
pull out a piece of string cheese.
Slobs.
No!
I add a tally to Morgan's
Yeah.
name and a tally to Zlob's name.
Yeah, all of you take off for, some quiet study room and close the door. You hear the sound of boots coming and going. And yeah, you're all currently trapped in here waiting for the heat to die down, looking at this book.
are any of the pages like dog-eared or look like they've been like particularly like looked at a lot? Like when you like kind of open a book and see where it opens to because that's where someone spent the most time.
Yeah, give me that's a clever way to do it. Give me a 2d6 plus sharp, and I'll give you a +1.
10.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of like drop it on its side and let it open, and it just kind of naturally falls to one page. Now this book has been looked through, but there's one page where this book has been open to and resting with. And what's a little strange about it is it's in the middle of like a not a chapter, and it's just like very, very dry concepts of like, quantum positioning and, like observing something, changing it, like really dry kind of finance or physics concepts.
Finance.
That's even drier.
Quantum finance.
And then literally that stops mid-sentence and is replaced with a paragraph of instructions. And the paragraph, it's literally, and according to this person, the sun's position in the sky will prove that the first step is just suddenly, And it's describing something that's, well, it's not a magic ritual. The best way to describe it would be a scientific one. Because like magic rituals are like chanting and feeling the energies and like putting things on the ground in the right space to like draw energy from the earth and like tap into different planes. And this is like an incredibly rote series of steps, like diagramming how to, you know, replace spark plugs in an engine. It's like, stand here, do this, write your name, wait for this, do that.
What is the last instruction?
Well, the last instruction is when you set in your mind the purpose of your visit, write your name at the end of the book.
This is it.
Well, let's do it.
I know someone who could help with like science stuff and keeping it on the down low if we need that.
Here's the
Or
thing.
is it like all contained in here?
It's everything here.
Okay.
It's literally all of you, like, stand in a certain spot, put your body in a certain position, like, think a specific thing, memorize a list of numbers. Yeah, Morgan, this is like the literal opposite of magic. You don't know what this is, but it feels like a ritual.
I add a tally to Morgan's name.
Yeah. So, like, there is no roll necessary. All you have to do, ultimately, is write your name on the checkout card.
Okay.
And this will open the bridge.
Let's do it.
Whoa. Right here in the library?
Yeah, well, it's the best place to do it. It's a
Darby
library
thinks this
and a
is
book.
going to open some kind of bridge.
Great.
Darby, do you think this is... You want to do it right here?
I don't know.
My wait. Let's go.
What if...
We have each other's back.
Do you remember when we went to hell last time?
Yes.
Not much.
And it.
But we saw the other
yeah.
versions of us. We saw the other versions of us.
Yeah, we're not gonna go to hell. It's like science. You probably go to some laboratory. We went into a hellmouth. We went into a book. We'll probably go to a book place. A planet book.
We have to go where we want to go, Zlobs, and there's one place that I need to go.
Do you
Oh,
think
you
the
go
Benevolent
United.
Scholars wrote this list? Darby?
I think so, but
So I guess the real question is, do you trust the Benevolent Scholars?
no, but it's the option that we have.
Nana signed it, and I
Yeah.
trust Nana.
And they're called the Benevolent Scholars.
Two really good
That's
points.
true.
I erase a tally from Zlobs and Morgan's names.
Smart, yeah.
Those were good points.
I have your back. When's the last time we failed? I mean, well, okay, don't answer that. When's the last
Don't
time
answer
we-
that.
Yeah, don't answer that.
Well,
Or were you planning on going yourself and didn't want to get us involved?
I did initially. The last time we went, I was going to just stay behind, but we had made a promise to Enoch, so I couldn't. I just don't know what we're going to find when we get there. Like, what if she's not Maeve anymore?
Well, then you know.
Darby, 2d6 plus weird.
5.
Okay. Do you sign all of your names to the book?
Yes.
Okay.
What does that noise mean?
You take the card out, you sign all your names, you put the card in, you close the book. The second you close it, the four of you are no longer in this room. The book falls from your hands, when your hands existed in this room, and hits the table, about 2 feet below. The administrator phases back into being, picks up the book, and then phases back out.
Oh, that's scary.
It is, but you're not there to see it. In fact, you don't know where you are. What I can tell you is this. You're in a very beautiful place. It's a beautiful circular room, in fact. Pillars. The room is taller than it is wide. It's full of stunning details. Stunning details. The murals on the wall depict historic things, laboratories, surgery theaters, the great debates of Greece, and a couple of murals you're pretty sure from the future, and the more you look at them, the more you realize you probably ought not to. There are beautiful, impossibly comfortable looking chairs, big overstuffed leather chairs tucked between these big pillars in little clusters. In roughly the middle of the room is a very lovely table, more like almost like an easel. And on it is a really, really big visitor's book. And you could tell it's a visitor's book because there are a bunch of names in it, and the last 4 are yours. Written in all of your exact handwriting.
Uh-oh.
Morgan, it's then when you kind of realize that this is what happened. You did not take place in a magical ritual. What you did instead was put yourself all in a quantum state where you existed in 2 places at once. You kind of manually punched physics hard enough that you created a moment and a place where you existed in 2 places at once, and then you shut the door between them.
Yeah,
essentially,
so cool.
You scientifically teleported yourself. To where, you have no idea. But this room is incredibly nice. Your names are on here. You instinctually look back long enough to find Clarissa Mathers' name. And yeah, you're just kind of waiting. It's like, what happened?
Darby, where are we?
I don't know. I thought that it was going to take me to wherever I intended, but that's not what happened.
Yeah, Darby, you're kind of mathing that out right now. And this is kind of what you come up with. The secret to creating a direct conduit to hell, without going through a hellmouth, without breaking covenants, without needing a miracle to reseal it. The only understood way to poke a tiny little hole in reality and pop into hell and pop back out without causing the whole house of cards to collapse is housed within a painting. A painting you do not know where it is, but a painting that was painted by someone belonging to a secret society. In researching that secret society, you found essentially their doorbell.
Oh.
This is reinforced by the fact that an 8-foot tall man with a giant book wrapped in chains that he's wearing like a necklace walks into this room, looks at all of you, and says, "You are not scholars at all."
Ouch.
No, but we're here benevolently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also most of us get good grades.
That's a very good point, Mindy.
A roll of laughter like summer thunder comes out of this man that is simultaneously terrifying and comforting.
Think I like him?
I didn't know they could get this tall.
He's a good charm.
As the four of you look at each other and look at him, our view starts pulling back and up. Looking at the four of you, this giant robed man with a giant book, these beautiful chairs, these beautiful murals, and then up through the ceiling. And you realize that you are in a very, very small corner of a very, very large place, resting on top of a mountain, in the middle of the great Egyptian desert. We will end it right there.
What?
Uh-oh.
So we're doing great. That like above average. No, this is nice. It's like a
I wish
romp.
we'd brought more snacks, though.
Yeah. No
who knows
string
how long we're
cheese.
going to be in Egypt, and who knows how we're going to get home.
Yeah.
We really get a pocket. You get like a pocket dimension with like that's like for snacks. Like a mini fridge, but like a.
If you want that kind of thing, by the way, like, here's the thing to keep in mind. You all know how to do rituals. If you want to create stuff, I'll tell you how.
I literally always
Okay.
forget about doing rituals. Can I just say?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
We never do rituals. We barely ever.
I'm not.
do
I'm
whatever
not a
you
magic
want.
Guy.
Yeah.
But not right now, because we're going to move to the epilogue.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
It could be a fun epilogue. We can do ritual in the epilogue.
Ooh, rompalog.
String cheese ritual in the epilogue.
The Alliance for Student Activities Planning Room, Floor 1, Theater Wing. Donatella da Vinci is looking at a set of plans, on the top of which is the title, The Woodstock Project. She looks at the other members of the Alliance for Student Activities, and a Cheshire grin creeps across her face. We will end it right there.
Ah!
Wait.
Great. Another positive win.
What's
Oh no.
that about?
We're doing great. We won. We won the session, everyone. Be proud of us.
How did we win? How do you figure?
We're in a cozy place. We met a very funny man who's very tall. Don da Vinci, who is a staunch ally of us and loves us, is using a Morgan plan, and she's smart and makes cool things. That's like
And
at
Mindy's
least
going to be grumpy the entire trip.
Yeah. What is it? One night's sleep? Is it before then? Maybe. Is it?
It really comes down to if you can get your hands on some string cheese, honestly.
We'll see how long these grudges last, because I am not eating Zlobs' foot cheese. I can tell you that.
I have other things that's besides cheese, and it's not my foot. It's cheese. It's cheese that was stored in a shoe.
I know this game is pretend, but I'm not touching it.
There are lines that ought not be crossed.
In the theater of my mind,
I told
happening.
you you wouldn't like it, and you pressed forward. You were warned aptly, and then you were like, "Nope, I'm opening the door." Tula who? Morgan, I bet
Yes.
you're wondering why I gathered you both here.
Yeah, ready.
I need a mini fridge of holding. I need access to snacks. I need them fresh. I need science and magic to come together to create this masterpiece.
I know the ritual, Toodle. I just need the materials and the willpower.
We can get both from my mom.